Howdy ho, and welcome to the Fashion Crimes Podcast to all of the beautiful fashion besties out there in podcast land. I hope this episode finds you cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Some styling suggestions on eyeglass frames and how to increase or elevate your eyeglass frame wardrobe. Just know this includes sunglasses as well too. So, we've never talked about this before, so I'm super pumped to dissect this. Did you know that glasses are part of your outfit? Did you also know that if you do not change your frames every 2 to 3 years, that could be holding you back in your style evolution? Well, whether you have realized this or not, this is a real style crisis. And I have spotted so many fashion crimes. It's really too many to count. It has me reporting about it to you so you can A, know what said mistakes are, and B, elevate your frame game or help elevate someone else's. That would be so nice of you. All this and so much more on this week's episode of the Fashion Crimes podcast with the only Holly that you need to know, and that would be me. So, how are you this glorious second week of April? I am ecstatic, just ecstatic that you guys have joined us for the next 30. And believe me, I know that your time is valuable. I will not let you down. You can count on me for updated fashion commentary and complaints, fresh and hot off the press, just for you. In addition to concerns and fashion crimes that I have seen in the field that you need to know about. Welcome all new besties and those that have been with us through it all, some since the beginning, and some who have joined us more recently. Welcome all, and thank you for tuning in this week. I am Holly Katz, your hostess with the mostest, and the best friend you never knew you needed in fashion until now, that is. But all that to say, winter has come and gone, so we are full speed ahead into spring and soon to be summer wardrobe do's and don'ts. If you need to catch up, it's all right, Queen. Don't worry about it. Just go on back to episode 230. That would be spring trends that you need to know about for 2025. And that will completely get you up to speed. So don't even sweat that. So spring officially started on March the 20th, in case you didn't know. And of course, I didn't know that. So I totally just had to look that up. And it's not going to be summer until June the 20th. Thank you, Google AI, and shout out to you. In the meantime, in the wardrobe calendar, next is Easter, and then it's Mother's Day. I like to call it Step Monster Day for me, but that's just me. To figure out what we're going to be wearing. So we certainly have those holidays to look forward to, and maybe you're wearing something you already have. Maybe not, but we certainly have time to figure that out. Anyway, I do love spring. And because down here in the ATL, we just get pollen and the entire world is yellow, including all of my outdoor furniture. Totally have to take in all of my cushions, which is super annoying, but then it's better than banging them out every week, I guess. But it is really, really nice outside. So there's that. Then it becomes Florida hot, and I mean like real quick, which is a blessing and a curse, believe me. But flying off the printing press at Amazon Books is Stop Making These Fashion Mistakes by yours truly. Is your image holding you back? Maybe not for you, but maybe it is for somebody that you know. Now, with this quick, captivating style guide, you can instantly break the cycle of feeling like you just look okay and good enough to feeling proportionate, empowered, and self-confident. It describes in detail the top fashion mistakes that most people make without even knowing it. This book is the first stop in your style evolution to get you unstuck. I can't think of a better way to make your outside match your inside with stop making these fashion mistakes. I just think it is the gift that keeps on giving. And if it's not for you, think about your friends or your friends of friends who probably need this. Get your copy now on Amazon.com. Just type in Holly Katz book or stop making these fashion mistakes and it will come up for you. It's about a 15-minute read and it makes a great gift. Let's be honest. I can't thank you enough to all those who have already gotten the book and for those who have sent me pictures. I'm truly grateful. You can certainly buy it as a gift for someone and or for a friend of a friend. We've gotten tremendous positive feedback from it, and it truly is, like I said before, the gift that keeps on giving. I love seeing you with the book, so keep it up. Send me emails, send me DMs, let me see you with it, and you will totally get a shout out. That is for real. Can you believe the last episode of The White Lotus? Can you believe it? I mean, I don't even know what on the planet you're saying to me right now. I was not impressed with the storyline. I wanted so much more. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm just saying, I know that I was super sucked in. Okay. But again, I just wanted more. The guy with the English girlfriend, that whole storyline of who her father was, sorry, of who his father was, totally ridiculous. The family where he tried to kill everyone with poison pina coladas, like really? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And the massage lady who rode off into the sunset with $5 million of blood money, I mean, I just couldn't get behind that. I couldn't do it. Jonathan and I looked at each other. We were like, that's it. It's over. Anyway, it is in fact over. And it's going to carry on to next season whenever that will come. Also, fun fact, in case you didn't already know this, the lady who plays Mook, which is the security guard's girlfriend, she's like one of the most famous people on that show, or is the most famous person on that show. She's like worldwide K-pop star. So I just learned that the other day. She was at Coachella and she's singing, and of course, it's all over the internet. So that was a fun fact. Now I'm looking for a new show. So I'm open for recommendations. If you have any, please make sure that you hit me up. However, in fashion news, the return of the fashion magazine is all the rage, if you can believe that. And it's not your typical fashion magazine by Condé Nast or anything like that. It's a self-funded, independent indie print magazine. I read that, quote, it is no longer seen as a disposable or a relic of a dying industry. These magazines are regarded as high-end products. It's a luxury experience of sitting back and getting a single viewpoint coming to you that you did not even know that you wanted, unquote, said Penny Martin. She is the editor-in-chief of the magazine called The Gentlewoman. The article was written by Marissa Meltzer of the New York Times, and she states that publishers that see these magazines, they are completely used for research and development, for stylists and fashion experts and designers and creatives alike. They are also getting very creative in their, to promote their readership by having events like architectural tours in really cool cities. Some even have garden tours. And then they usually pair up with a fashion brand to support that. It's definitely a very cool way to engage readers in addition to supporting the magazine, as people are craving in-person events and communication in a post-COVID world. Or I am, at least. I mean, I went to a fashion event last week called FashCon Philly, put on by a woman named Elisa Bloom of the Philadelphia Fashion Incubator. Now, this organization supports talent from the Philadelphia area by giving them funding and support and resources to local designer talent. This is an event for them and the surrounding fashion community in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. They had panels all day long of industry experts like lawyers for creative people, graduates of the incubator, and other experts who give business advice on how to indeed run a profitable and successful fashion business in Philadelphia and how to succeed in the industry. So I loved it so much. I cannot wait to go back again next year. What, like meet people and talk about myself literally from 9 to 5? What, like that's hard? I was so in my element and met so many people and completely made it rain with my business cards. I was so happy. So shout out to all of the Philadelphia designers that I met and hopefully will interview in the future. Some new fashion magazines to look for hitting the newsstands are Confect, L'Etiquette, which focuses on the art of getting dressed, from Paris, Pata, which is more streetwear and music focused, and Unconditional, which skews to a more female audience. I still love magazines and usually do collect them, but haven't in a while as they really are a pain to store and they do take up a lot of space. But I love the essence of the fashion pictures for inspiration, and especially magazine from other countries. I love going to other countries and picking up a couple of fashion magazines from the local area. That's always fun for me. However, but for the subject of the day, up your eyeglass frame game, we have broken this up into a few categories where I break down style suggestions and fashion crimes for each. Now, I'm wearing my glasses today, and wearing glasses is a choice that most make, but not all. Some of y'all just walking around blind, not mentioning any names here, but starting out with the biggest group of people, those who cannot wear contacts under any circumstances at all whatsoever, and who wear glasses every single waking moment. Now, this category of people cannot get away with anything. Even their sunglasses have to be prescribed. Their glasses are subjected actually to more wear and tear since they are worn more often and seen by their peers and friends and family on the daily. Now, the style suggestion for this are just to have a few different types of frames just to switch up your look a little bit. Now, if your glasses are your only option to see, you must have at least 3 pairs if you wear glasses every single day, with updated frames and updated prescriptions to wear on different days. I mean, you don't have to be like Elton John or anything. However, you do have to have a few pairs. Now, how do you do that? In the 3 pairs that I am suggesting, you can break this down. The first pair of frames should be either clear or a neutral color frames, or they could be wider. Something classic and more traditional that will never go out of style. Now, lucky for you, all of these suggestions are on your Pinterest board for the week, where you can see exactly what I'm talking about and all of the examples that I'm referring to. So head on over to my Pinterest page and you'll get the point, and you'll see exactly what I'm referring to. But anyway, now me personally, I do quite enjoy going on and trying on frames in person, whether you can go to your local optometrist office or you go to a bougie eyeglass place that has a doctor there. Go somewhere with a lot of choices, okay? Bring a friend, offer a second opinion, and get something completely different than what you've been wearing for the past few years. Now, if you've been wearing wire rims or, something similar, get something completely different, like colored frames. Or if you've only worn plastic frames, get some in a different lens shape to change it up, like a geometric shape or a cat eye. Get something cool and unexpected. This is a great way to elevate your style and will completely up your cool factor, which is the point, by the way. Now, the fashion crime here is to wear the same frames for years without ever changing up your look or changing your glass frames. Then you look the same all the time. Now, that is a fashion crime, okay? Now, the price of eyeglass frames, they have exponentially been reduced in the past 10 years with the rise of cutting out the middleman. And there's really no excuse to wear the same frames every single day of your life. But if you break your frames, or if they get damaged, or you lose them, or you sit on them, and you only have one pair, then you're completely screwed. So you have to have at least two pair, if not three. But my style suggestion is at least three, and they should all be totally different. Now, the next group of people, those that can wear contacts but are just lazy about wearing their glasses most of the time. Y'all just don't want to wear your contacts because they annoy you and they itch or they make your eyes too dry. All that to say, you wear your glasses and you just don't like wearing your contacts, even though you have them. But, you're probably just not wearing your contacts enough to get used to them. They should not hurt. They should not itch. They should not be irritating you, like at all. So if your contacts are doing that, they either aren't fitted correctly or you haven't gotten them checked in a while, or you just never wear them, so they irritate the shit out of you every time you wear them. Sorry, not sorry to call some of y'all out, but look, the first step is awareness, okay? If you can put contacts in your eyes with ease, the whole point is to switch up your look. You wear contacts sometimes, you wear your glasses sometimes. You should probably, be wearing them equal amounts of time so you don't feel like you wear your glasses all the time and then all of a sudden you put your contacts in for a wedding or something like that, and then you're suffering the entire event. How can you get used to your contacts if you never wear them? Okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, if you do have contacts as an option, consider yourself lucky, but you should still consider having at least two pair of frames that look very different from each other so you can switch up your look from now and then instead of wearing your contacts. So instead of going to contacts and glasses, you have contacts and two pairs of glasses that look very different. Now, I just want to call myself out for a little bit. I never wear my glasses. Okay, never, as I am addicted to my contacts. But I do wear them sometimes at night, like right now, when I feel like taking my contacts out early. I have two pair of glasses to choose from in case one gets damaged and broken. And I always, 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 always carry my glasses with me when I travel in case I have problems with my contacts, which I totally have before. They either ripped, they got too dry, misplaced, or something. I can't walk around and not see. Not an option. So I travel with my glasses. To those who are readers only and don't need glasses or contacts on the regular, let me start out by saying I'm 80% happy for you. Okay. I've been wearing glasses since the sixth grade, and I have been completely blind since the sixth grade. In fact, technically, I am legally blind without corrective lenses, which is totally rude, by the way. In addition to that, now that I'm 51, with my contacts, I see 20/20 for distance. Now that's great, but now I'm starting to need readers in a dark restaurant, which is even ruder. Is that a word, ruder? Even more rude. So when Jonathan and I started dating, we were at a restaurant and it was dark, and he shined the flashlight on my menu. And I was like, oh my God, it's so much better. Totally annoying. Anyway, I bring my readers with me when I'm shopping and looking at price tags, or if I'm in a restaurant, especially a dark restaurant. But here is the fashion crime: half glasses, half spectacles. Okay. I don't care. Y'all need to get full frames. If you need readers, they are more chic and they don't look like readers. But if you wear those half glasses, fashion crime. Okay. The whole point to get a full frame is so they don't look like readers, which is the whole point. But not for nothing, you should have several pair of readers, one in the car, one on your desk, one in your purse, so you don't have the everlasting problem of constantly trying to find your glasses. Another fashion crime, squinting at the menu because you refuse to wear your readers. There is nothing more irritating than being with someone who needs glasses and refuses to wear them, whether for distance or up close. In fact, one of my biggest pet peeves, actually. If you get some chic readers, then you won't care about them or what they look like because they're hip and they look good on you. It's a completely foolproof plan. Okay. Now I'm going to show you all my readers. These are what my readers look like. I'm going to take off my regular glasses. I hope you're watching the video, by the way. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm completely blind right now. I do not have my contacts in, and these are my readers. Okay. Now, aren't they cute? Love them. Little tortoise shell. And, I can see, but I can't see this because it's too big and I'm not reading anything up close. But if I was reading up close or trying to read a menu or price tags, then indeed I would be wearing my readers. But I don't need them right now, so I'm going to take them off. But these are my readers. Morgenthau Fredericks is where I got them in New York City, and they're really cute. So cat eye shape. Those are my readers. These are my glasses. I did forget where I got these, but I did get these in New York City as well. But they're like vintage frames. Aren't they cute? Anyway, okay. So people who don't need either, you don't need contacts and you don't need readers. Look at my face right now. Okay. Not okay. Let me just start out by saying, I don't know what planet you're on or where you came from, but good for you. You have superior genes, and maybe one day you will need readers or glasses or corrective lenses. And if and when you do, you are required to have a few frame choices to choose from. Now, in the sunglass department, you should definitely, without a doubt, have at least 3 pair of sunglasses. Okay. Different shapes, different frames, and colors to choose from. Now, I have way too many sunglasses. Let's be honest. Okay. I do. And I definitely don't wear them all, but I do have a hefty sunglass wardrobe. You should store them in the same place in your house or your car so they don't get misplaced. Now, I'm really talking to myself about this, but anybody else who has their stuff scattered everywhere, they should be in 2 places, car or house. And the biggest problem with sunglasses, not having enough cases for them. So they're getting tossed around, thrown around, and then they get damaged. If you have several pair, then putting them in the cases is ideal when not in use. I love my OG wire rimmed Ray-Ban aviators. That's what I wear most of the time, but I do have other styles by different designers. Now, this is something you can definitely get secondhand, by the way, if budget is an issue, which I totally suggest. But sunglasses, just like clothes, sometimes people think they like them, they buy them, they never wear them, and then they end up selling them secondhand. So I have a few pair that I've acquired that way. And if you can help it, I know this is a hard habit to break, but do not wear your sunglasses on top of your head, as it really does stretch out the frames and create more wear and tear. I used to do that all the time, and I stopped doing that because then they stretch really bad over time. In conclusion, you will find that most fashion designers, they brand eyeglass frames like Kate Spade, Marc Jacobs, Michael Kors, Tiffany, Cartier, Prada, Versace, Gucci, etc., etc. You can also try places like Warby Parker, Frames Direct, and Glasses USA for competitive pricing if you're looking for something affordable. For pricier brands, I would try LA Eyeworks, fabulous, or JF Ray or Oliver Peoples, where you can get frames way more original. However, they do have price tags to match that, but they do have fabulous choices. You might want to consider one of each, one more with more practical pricing, and then another one that's bougier. That's what I would do. In the meantime, let me know what you think. And if this episode was helpful to you, which I hope it was, drop me a line. Tell me when you get new frames, and I want to see pictures. Make sure you hit up your Pinterest board. You will get all of these eyeglass frame suggestions and examples so you can have everything right in your back pocket. We have a few shout outs this week. Shout out to anyone who sent me an email. Sarah, she always checks on me, and I'm super grateful for it. Thank you so much for checking on me. And Melinda, she always emails me as well. And any other new fashion besties, hit me a line, drop me a line. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if this episode was more informative or less informative. I need your feedback. Let me know. But in the meantime, these are my glasses. I'm wearing them for you guys so you can see what they look like. I really should be wearing my glasses more often, to be quite honest with you. And since this episode, I probably will. I might give my contacts a rest and start wearing my glasses a little bit more. In the meantime, I will be wearing my readers, which are cat eye and super chic, the next time I go to a restaurant. And hopefully somebody will notice and then compliment me on my readers. Y'all have a fabulous fashionable week. My name is Holly Katz. I am the best friend you never knew you needed in fashion. And you manifested me, and poof, here I am. Catch me every single Friday for all of this fabulous fashion, insider news, curated and specialized just for you, Fashion Besties. Please consider signing up for our newsletter, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel at the button below. Y'all have a fabulous fashionable week, and catch you on the flip. Bye.